Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Nooch Too Good Cantina. We do serve your kind here in 2024. It's time to start rethinking how we do farming guides, how we work all of our farming for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I'm going to talk about why that is here in a second in this video, but I just think we got to take a hard, good look at farming for Grand Arena, which I just think is out right now. I think we got to look at definitely farming for Fleet Arena, but as far as farming characters and core farming, maybe there's a new way to look at that core farming and how we're doing that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start this. I'm going to have a series here or a bunch of videos talking about how we're going to do farming in 2024, and this will be the first part of it. So sit back, relax, have yourself a nice little drink in the cantina, have a conversation with your best friends like a Hammerhead down there or Han Solo over there, and hey, let's get into my Assault Battle Farming Guide. Greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars Dad, Nooch Too Good, here with your Assault Battle Farming Guide in 2024. You know, I've just been putting a lot of thought into, with all the Lightspeed bundles coming out, with everything that's going on in the game, I think that assault battles are really maybe the new way to direct your farm in the game. And you know, with the rewards given out, with the way that you can buy, you know, you can basically buy Galactic Legends now for 10, 20, 40 bucks, whatever. You know, what else are you gonna farm? And I really think that if you're gonna be buying Lightspeed bundles, or even just starting an account free to play in today's game, I think it's a very viable, and I want to get your feedback. I'm really excited about this. I'm interested. I'm kind of coming across a little bit like manic, but that's okay. And sorry to anybody's actually manic. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, I really think that right now in the game that assault battle farming is maybe the way that everybody should be doing. Maybe this is the ideal way to take your farming right now, because the game is not about farming an efficient roster and then beating people in Grand Arena. It's just not about that anymore. But the game is about building as big of a roster as you can, as fast as possible. And boy, oh boy, are assault battles a great way to get that done. Let's talk about it here. I've got the wiki open. You can see right here. I've got the Places of Power Assault Battle, just because I just picked one. It's just one that I picked. And yeah, they've all got rewards. Tier 1, in this one you're getting Jedi, and you're getting some ships and some shipbuilding materials. Other ones you get Rebels, you get Phoenix. You get lots of rewards for the first few tiers, right? In the bonus tier, fine. Mythic tier, you get some Zetas the first time, you get some Omegas after that. Great, congratulations. But after that, then what happens? Then we get to the challenge tiers, and this is where things really heat up. When you get to the challenge tiers of assault battles, and this is every assault battle looks exactly the same. We're going to talk about all these assault battles and all the teams you should farm to get these rewards for yourself 7 times a month. I'm sorry, 8 times a month. You can get these rewards times 8 every single blasted month of this game if you farm all the assault battle teams, and this will push you forward with your roster and enable you to relic characters and advance relic levels faster, much faster than if you are not doing assault battles. So challenge tier 1, you get all of these injector cell salvage, you get 20 Kyrotechs, and you get 2 Zetas every time. Times 8, 16 Zetas a month, 8 times 20, 160 Kyrotechs, 8 times 50, you get 40 of, I mean, basically you get almost a full salvage of the injector injector, whatever. Then challenge tier 2 and challenge tier 3 are the same rewards for both. So if you're going to get double of these times 8, so you're going to get 6 times 8, 48 of these electron conductors. 5, 10 times 8, 80 Aurodium heat sinks. 10, 20 times 8, 160 of these, 160, 6 times 8, 48, 48, 50. The amount of gear you get for relic materials in assault battles is so important that I really believe this. I'm not just saying it. I've really been kind of putting this into my head. I've been trying to think through this over the last several months, especially since Lightspeed bundles came out. We talk about core team farming. We talk about, and core team farming was really geared in for those old way Grand Arena worked. Grand Arena doesn't work that way anymore. You go into Grand Arena and all the way through like mid-Bronzium or late Bronzium, you're just, if you got a small roster, you play and you hope they don't show up, and if they show up, they win. If they don't show up, you win. It's not about competition. Let me say it again. Grand Arena is not about competition at the lower levels. It's all about just getting to as big a roster as you can, as fast as you can, and playing a lot, and getting these assault battle teams farmed. So let's talk about the very first one here, Forest Moon, okay? Forest Moon Assault Battle. You can get to challenge tier 3 of the Forest Moon Assault Battle with Imperial Troopers. And I love Imperial Troopers. You guys know I love my Imperial Troopers. I talk about them all of the time. I think they are the number one team that anybody can farm. It's free to play, pay to play, whatever. Imperial Troopers can get you to the end of Forest Moon Assault Battles. You're going to have the top 4 there as your main team. Veers, Piet, Stark, and Range Trooper. Then you're able to plug in one of the other 3 down below. And what I'm going to do for you in this video is down in the description of this video, if you look down there, I'm going to have a link for at least one link for each of these assault battles to videos either by myself or by other content creators to show you how to do these assault battles with these teams. So Imperial Troopers at relic levels can get you to challenge tier 2 for the Forest Moon Assault Battle. Now let's talk about something that's interesting. Rebel Roundup Assault Battle. You see something familiar at the top? Oh, well, my goodness. It looks like basically the same team. The same 4 Imperial Troopers plus Shore Trooper or Stormtrooper or Death Trooper. And by the way, Death Trooper was back in that first one there. You can see Death Trooper twice. Bit Dynasty was using him in a lot of these early ones, and even with Gear 12, having a lot of success. Death Trooper is a really old character in the game and really kind of lost a lot of relevance, if it ever had relevance, but isn't super relevant in a lot of places. But again, I'm going to show you some links down below. We'll get some, obviously, Bit Dynasty's going to have some done. We'll have some Arnold stuff, some of my stuff, some other creators out there as well. Hey, also, your bounty hunters can get you kind of the tier. The thing about the Imperial Troopers and Rebel Roundup, I know this. If you get the right RNG at the beginning, you could do this with, like, not quite all Gear 12, maybe all Gear 12, but a couple of Relic Imperial Troopers, like Relic 3, Relic 5, and the rest at Gear 12. You really can get it done, and you can get Tier 3 done, Challenge Tier 3 done with all of them. So we're looking at Imperial Troopers at the beginning to get 2 different assault battles done. Rebel Roundup and Forest Moon. There's an Endor Escalation and something else, but Forest Moon, Rebel Roundup, Imperial Troopers are going to get this done for you. I think this will be the first team that you're working to relic up in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in this assault battle farming guide. Bounty hunters are on the side. Bounty hunters are so important to so many things in the game. We talk about it all the time. They get you so much stuff. They can do really well in this Rebel Roundup. They just struggle to get to challenge tier 3 because they can't really, they don't have enough speed to get to that first round of it. If you can't get through the first round of the Rebel Roundup, you're just dead there. So Imperial Troopers, I think, is the way to go here. They get you 2 assault battles. Let's move on to Military Might. And here we're going to look at a couple of teams. We're going to look at that Commander Luke Skywalker team. That Commander Luke Skywalker team that carries you all the way to the end of the game. It's an early game team. It's an end game team. It's a bonkers team all the way through this game. And you can get to tier 3 of the Military Might Assault Battle. I showed this on my channel recently. I had Relic 1 characters across the board. I might have had CLS at Relic 2. And I had like a Gear 11 Chewbacca and 3PO. Everybody else is Relic there. I think I could have even gone like a Gear 12 3PO. You can do it under geared and get all the way to challenge tier 3 of the Military Might Assault Battle with CLS. Okay, so CLS is a big farm in this game for assault battle farming and just part of this guide, and just part of any guide really, but so important to this Military Might Assault Battle. I got the Phoenix down there because the Phoenix is going to be a very, very popular early game team for almost everybody now. They do a great job in Military Might. They can't quite get, as far as I've seen, they can't quite get to challenge tier 3, although I've been told that if you sub in Zeb for Sabine, maybe, if you sub in Zeb in there, maybe for Chopper or Sabine, the first 3 you gotta have, that Zeb out there with this basic, because they're doing a lot of countering, Zeb will get a lot of stuns on the opposing team. And when he gets those stuns, that's what really carries your Phoenix through. Maybe you can get through challenge tier 3 that way. But the Phoenix are there as kind of a backup. They're not as good as the CLS team in the Military Might Assault Battle, but the Phoenix are a great team early on, and they can actually help you in a couple of different assault battles, secrets and shadows. We'll start with the Phoenix on the bottom here. Again, the Phoenix are going to be good at this, but not amazing. They're going to get you through Challenge Tier 1 for sure. Challenge Tier 2 is a little bit of a question mark. I've gotten it done before. This last time through, I couldn't quite get it though, and it seems like it's kind of a hit and miss. You got to get the right RNG to get through Challenge Tier 2 on this. Challenge Tier 3 is just no bueno. It's a no-go as far as I know. Unless you're going to have these guys at Relic 8 or 9, maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I'm not going to try it. But the Phoenix can get you at least a Challenge Tier 1 in Secrets and Shadows, while they're also getting you some stuff in Military Might, while maybe you build up that CLS team in the background. So maybe the Phoenix can be viewed as a placeholder because they're going to get you through a bunch of levels in 2 different assault battles. But let's talk about Secrets and Shadows. The main team that you're going to farm to get all the way through Secrets and Shadows is this Night Sister team. Mother Talzin, Marin, Asajj Ventress, and Old Daka. And I've got different videos out there of it being done with Zombie and being done with Talia. Different people are doing it different ways. It's really interesting because we all think of Zombie as being the automatic, but it can be Zombie or Talia. But the top 5, Marin is kind of the main thing here. You can get through Challenge Tier 2 with the other team by themselves. It's difficult. You got to have Old Daka modded the right way for a truckload of health and maybe some crit avoidance. But with Marin in there, that gets you through Challenge Tier 3, and you farmed a full assault battle team for Secrets and Shadows there. Okay, so that takes us through 4 assault battles so far. And honestly, if you go through those 4 assault battles, you could have maybe just farmed 2 teams in the Imperial Troopers and your Phoenix, and you're at least getting through the majority of the levels of these assault battles before you round it out with your CLS team and your Night Sisters. Let's go to one more assault battle here. Oh, actually a few more, but Ground War. So Ground War, you're going to be able to get through Challenge Tier 2 with this top row here. It's going to be Jedi Knight Revan, Jolee Bindo, Hermit Yoda, General Kenobi, and Grandmaster Yoda. The most important character in here for this is Grandmaster Yoda. Grandmaster Yoda, what he does in this assault battle, there's an ability in the assault battle where he can share all of his buffs with the rest of the team, and he takes so many turns that he's constantly sharing all the buffs with the rest. Actually, what happens is he does this ability in Ground War. He gets a truckload of buffs and he gets an extra turn. And with that extra turn, he can spread all the buffs around to the rest of the team and also give them tenacity up and foresight. And that team can do great things. But you cannot get through Challenge Tier 3 of Ground War Assault Battle without Jedi Knight Luke. And I've even tried it with Jedi Master Kenobi. There's probably a way to do it out there, but I haven't found it yet. Jedi Knight Luke as a leader, and I have a video on this. He goes in there, he becomes the leader, and he gets you all the way through Challenge Tier 3 of this. He is the big deal. He is Mr. Big Deal on this, Jedi Knight Luke. And by the way, that top row, there's some variants of that too that you can use, but it's generally speaking, Jedi Knight Revan and Jolee and Grandmaster Yoda are going to be the stalwarts in there, and really Hermit Yoda too. You might be able to get away with somebody besides General Kenobi, but to me, that's the best team and the easiest to farm team off the top that can really get it done for you. But Jedi Knight Luke is the all-star here for Ground War Assault Battles. Okay, moving on to Places of Power. This is where you're using your Sith and your First Order. Now, what you notice here, I did not put the First Order on here. It is true, and I've done it, that SLKR and Kylo Ren Unmasked can get all the way through Challenge Tier 3 of this assault battle, okay? It's true they can, but there's a couple of caveats there before we get into these Sith, okay? Because, you know, first of all, it's a galactic legend, and we're not bringing a galactic legend into our assault. This is kind of like a core team farming / assault battle farming guide. I'm not going to talk about a galactic legend here because that's later and after that. But the thing about this is that when you get to, I think it's Tier 4, you get to Tier 4, it's got Anakin. Jedi Knight Anakin's leading Rex and Fives and Ahsoka. The thing is that Anakin's landing a bunch of heal blocking and buff blocking. He's landing on KRU. And that makes KRU very vulnerable to dying on that level. If that happens, you're not going to get through the whole thing. And the second thing is, you're not going to 3-star it. Your best hope is to 1-star it with the First Order team with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So you're going to get a 1-star. You have to keep doing it over and over again. This Sith team is going to get you the 3-star that you need. It's going to start with Palpatine, Basilisk Sean Fallen, and Darth Malak. These are the 3 that I've seen in every team I've looked at. And then the 5 below, you kind of see variants out there with 2 of them in there, Darth Revan and Darth Nihilus. I think Nihilus is the most popular other unit, and then maybe after that it's going to be Traya or Revan, followed by Cyan and Vader on the back end. But the top 3 are the main ones: Palpatine, Basilisk Sean Fallen, Darth Malak, followed, and then the Bottom row there, you fill in 2 more of those. You can 3-star this, and you can almost auto it if you got the right kinds of mods on these characters. Because what happens is Palpatine gets the turn meter rolling, all the debuffs that land get the turn meter train going and going and going and going. Lots of turns, lots of killing. I like Nihilus in this because he, Annihilate. Is there much more fun in the game besides Annihilate or Disintegration? No, they're just super duper fun. So get your Nihilus and get him in there. Hey, one more assault battle. This is the last assault battle we're going to look at. Then we're going to kind of give you a breakdown of all the teams from this assault battle farming guide. Fanatical Devotion. I've been emphasizing it a lot lately, and I really do believe that, especially if you're farming lightspeed bundles, the Inquisitors should be on your farming list. It's 2 assault battles per month. Two assault battles in 1. That's right, boys and girls. If you get this team up and running, and you just need, you don't need Reva for it. Reva makes it a lot easier from what I understand. Haven't found any content on that, but it's not, I imagine if you have Reva, just kind of an auto and just walk through it, because she's a monster. But with Grand Inquisitor in there, you can go all the way through the end, challenge tier 3 of this assault battle, and it happens twice every month. The Inquisitors are so important, such a big deal. Yeah, you're going to spend a lot to get them there, and I think it should be the last team you farm in this Assault Battle Challenge farming guide. But what happens is, if you follow this farming guide and make these the first teams that you farm, along with maybe like Wampa and Savage Press on the side, you're going to end up with some really good teams on your roster. You're going to have Imperial Troopers. You're going to have Phoenix. You're going to have old Jedi Knight Revan over here with Jolie Bender. You're going to have a nice little Jedi Knight Revan team. You're going to get a Palpatine team. You're going to get some Sith in there, a Darth Revan team, a Darth Malak. You're going to have a Night Sister team, a CLS team, and a Grand Inquisitor team. And this stuff mixed in there with like Wampa and, like I said, Savage Press. You get some Omicrons on Treya. You've got a really nice roster at this point, and this is maybe the point where you break out of it. You get all the assault battles to tier 3 where you're rolling in all of the gear, all of the different gear that you can have in these assault battles. Let's show it to you again here. Is that the one I wanted to hide? I think I did. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to hide. You gotta do this. Hang on a second. I got this. It's doubled up here for it, folks. You get all of this challenge tier 1, challenge tier 2, challenge tier 3 stuff. You get it 8 times a month. 8 times a month. You can be just accumulating all this so that when you do get your Galactic Legend and you do get everything on your roster in the future, you're just helping yourself. You're getting so much more relic and farming gear, Zetas, everything else that goes with the game. I believe this Assault Battle Farming Guide is going to be the wave of the future, and I think this is the way the game should go in the future. Farm your Assault Battle teams. Make this your core farming that gets you to a great point in the game. This builds the foundation of all sorts of gear that you're getting for the future. And then you go get your Galactic Legends and round this baby out. Go get your gas. Get all your teams after that. But these teams right here, as a beginner in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes or a mid-gamer or even a late gamer, if a lot of people don't have Night Sisters farmed up yet, and a lot of people don't have Inquisitors farmed up yet, you're missing out on so much gear every month that will benefit you down the road. And yeah, it costs you the gear to get there, but the payoffs over time are going to be tremendous for your roster if you farm for assault battles today in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. That's all I've got for you today. I hope this video helps you, maybe gives you some ideas for ways you can be farming here for assault battles in the future. I think this is the wave of the future, especially with Lightspeed bundles being out there, where you can just go buy your Galactic Legends and farm your assault battles in the background and make really good things happen on your roster. Hey, you're all wonderful people. I appreciate you. Have a great day. I will definitely talk to you soon. And of course, always remember, Nooch too good.